Hey, Sis. I'm so glad you're here today. Grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's have a heart-to-heart conversation. Today's topic is one that many Christians struggle to talk about openly, but it's something almost everyone faces at some point in life. We're talking about lust. Maybe you've heard the word before and immediately thought of something sexual. Maybe you've wondered if noticing someone is attractive is lust. Maybe you've struggled with thoughts you didn't want to have and felt guilty or ashamed. Or maybe you've simply been confused about what the Bible actually means when it talks about lust. If that's you, I want you to know something before we begin. You are not alone. And more importantly, God's desire is not to shame you. His desire is to help you grow, heal, and walk in freedom. So let's talk about it. What is lust? Many people think lust simply means wanting someone sexually, but lust is actually deeper than that. At its core, lust is a desire that causes us to see a person as an object instead of a person. It's a way of looking at someone and focusing on what they can do for us, rather than recognizing their value and dignity as someone made in God's image. Lust says, "What can I get from you?" Love says, "How can I honor you?" That's a huge difference. The Bible tells us in Genesis that every human being is made in the image of God. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Genesis 1:27. Because every person is made in God's image, they deserve honor, respect, and dignity. Lust causes us to forget that. Attraction is not lust. Now, sis, this is really important. Finding someone attractive is not a sin. You can notice that someone is handsome. You can appreciate beauty. You can admire someone's appearance. Those things are natural. God created beauty. The problem begins when attraction becomes obsession, when appreciation becomes objectification, when we stop seeing a whole person and start seeing only what we want from them. That's where lust enters the picture. Jesus explained this when he said, "But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." Matthew 5:28. Notice that Jesus focuses on the heart because God is always concerned with what's happening inside us. Lust is more than sexual thoughts. Something I didn't fully understand for a long time is that lust is not always sexual. Sometimes lust shows up in the way we use people. For example, a woman can see a man only as a provider. A man can see a woman only as a sexual object. Someone can value a person only because they're useful. In all these situations, the person is being reduced to a function. Instead of seeing a whole human being, we're seeing a tool, and that's not God's design. Even in marriage, this matters. A husband should never see his wife as just a maid, cook, servant, or object for pleasure. And a wife should never see her husband as just a paycheck, protector, or problem solver. God calls us to see one another as people, not functions. Can we lust after ourselves? Now, this might surprise some people, but yes, sometimes we can even begin viewing ourselves in unhealthy ways. Now, taking care of your appearance is not wrong. Feeling confident is not wrong. Being grateful for how God made you is not wrong. But when our value becomes completely tied to our appearance, when our worth depends on whether people find us attractive, when we constantly seek validation from attention, that's an unhealthy place to be. Our identity was never meant to come from people's approval. Our identity comes from God. The world says, your value comes from how desirable you are. God says, you are valuable because you are mine. That's a beautiful difference. Why is lust so dangerous? The reason lust is dangerous is because it changes how we see people. Love sees a person. Lust sees an opportunity. Love honors. Lust takes. Love serves. Lust takes. And the longer lust remains unchecked, the more it affects our hearts. That's why Proverbs tells us, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. What we allow into our minds eventually affects our actions. That's why God cares about our thoughts, not because He's trying to control us, but because He loves us. How do we overcome lust? Now, let's talk about the practical side, because it's one thing to understand lust, it's another to overcome it. Number 1, bring it into the light. One of the enemy's favorite tools is secrecy. He wants you to believe you're the only one struggling. You're not. God already knows every struggle. Nothing surprises Him. When we honestly bring our struggles before God, healing can begin. If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just and will forgive us. 1 John 1:9. God isn't waiting to condemn you. He's waiting to help you. Number 2, guard what you feed your mind. What we watch, listen to, and consume matters. Our hearts are influenced by what we repeatedly expose ourselves to. Ask yourself, does this movie honor God? Does this music draw me closer to Christ? Does this social media content help me grow spiritually? If something consistently feeds temptation, it may be time to create healthy boundaries. Philippians tells us, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. Number 3, remember people's value. Every person you encounter is made in God's image. Every person has a soul. Every person matters to God. When we remember this, it becomes easier to honor people instead of objecting them, whether it's someone online, someone at school, someone at work, or someone you're interested in romantically. They're not an object. They're a person deeply loved by God. Number 4, fill your heart with God's love. One reason people struggle with lust is because they're searching for something: validation, comfort, acceptance, affection. But those needs are ultimately fulfilled in God. The closer we grow to Jesus, the less we look to unhealthy places for fulfillment. Psalm 107:9 says, "For He satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things." God satisfies the deepest needs of our hearts. Number 5, don't give up. Sis, if you've struggled with lust before, I need you to hear this. Your struggle does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. Your temptations do not define you. Jesus is patient. Jesus is merciful. Jesus is able to transform hearts. Growth often happens one step at a time. So if you fall, get back up. If you stumble, keep walking. If you're struggling, keep seeking God. His grace is bigger than your weakness. Final encouragement. Before we end today's video, I want to leave you with this truth. God did not create you to live trapped by lust. He created you for freedom. He created you to love and be loved in healthy, holy ways. You don't have to see yourself as an object. You don't have to see others as objects. Through Christ, your heart can be renewed, your mind can be renewed, and your life can be transformed. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Psalm 51:10. That's my prayer for all of us today: a clean heart, a renewed mind, and a deeper understanding of God's beautiful design for love. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, sis. If this video encouraged you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this message. And remember, you are loved. You are valuable. You are made in God's image. I love you, sis, and I'll see you in the next video.